Yo, people, what is going on? This is like a Spartan Killer, and welcome to a Photoshop tutorial. Now, I've been messing around with Photoshop a lot the past couple of days, and I was like, why don't I share some of my knowledge with everybody else? Now, what I'm going to teach you today is how to swap faces, because that's the funniest freaking thing to do in your life. I think I've already done a video on this, but I'm going to do another one anyway. So what we have right here is this guy. This guy right here. We have Mr. Bill Murray. Then we have Shia LaBeouf. And then we have that dude that played on My Name is Earl. And then we have Will Smith. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take these two guys. And we are going to swap their faces because they look almost identical. Like their skin tone is the same. Now, when you choose a picture for this, I could not find one. That looks like it's photoshopped in. That phone right there. Excuse me, sir. We should make him hold something. We should make him hold like a banana or a gun. Oh my God. Samuel, you're going to hold a gun. Yes, I know that that's not their real names. I know. That's funny. That's the joke. .jpg. All right. So here's the deal. When you find a photo, whether it's of your friends or what have you, ow. I think something just bit me. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. When you pick your photo, they need to be looking in almost the same direction. You can't have somebody turn sideways. Like this guy, this creeper in the back over here, that guy would not work for his face. So you need to make sure that they're looking in the same direction. They don't necessarily have to have the same like skin color, but it does help. I mean, we'll swap his face and his face too. Maybe we can just swap their heads. You know what we should do? We should just swap their heads. That would look nice. Man, he has a nice suit on. I like that suit. His suit, man, not so much. All right, so basically what we're going to do is right down here, you're going to see where this is locked. We don't want that locked because we want to be able to work with it. So we're going to double click on it, and then we're going to hit enter. Bam, it's going to unlock it, so now we can do whatever we want to it. Now, what we're going to do is you can use the lasso tool, or you can use the rectangular marquee tool, and you can just right-click on this. You can highlight his face, highlight the person's face that you want, the whole face. Do not mess this up and just do like their eye. Then you're going to right-click on it and then say Layer via Copy, because I do not like to do stuff on the original image, and I also don't like to cut stuff. I like to always make copies. So now what we have here is we have Mr. Timberlake's head just floating around. Look at that. We can do a crude... we can do a very, very crude photo. And then what we can do is we can just duplicate this layer. And we can just have a grip of him just everywhere. Duplicate the layer one more time. And he'll be right there. Oh, God, Justin. What? One of these things is not like the other. All right, so now we have him. So now we're going to... Remember this in Photoshop. The layer that you select, whichever one is highlighted in blue, is the one that you're going to work on. I can select this one and hit the eraser. And let's make it just a wee bit bigger using the bracket keys. And I can take this out, and I'm sitting here erasing it, but nothing is happening. If I take this away, it's going to be erasing this back. So you do not want to be on the wrong layer. Make sure that you're on the layer that you want to move. So we're going to go back down to layer number 0. We'll just call this one original. I double clicked on it. We'll call it original. And then we'll do this one. We'll call this one Justin face. And I honestly don't know who this other guy is, so we'll call him Earl. So we're going to click on the original. We're going to highlight our marquee tool. And we're going to highlight his face. That's a beautiful face you got there. It wasn't big enough. That's a nice face you had there. Let's layer via copy it. And let's call this one Earl's face. So now what we have here is we have Earl's face, and we can go up here to select to move it, and we can move it around. Excuse me, sir, your face. There you go. Good boy. Now, switching people's faces is very, not really hard, but you definitely have to pay attention. Now to zoom in, you hold down Alt and use your scroll wheel, and you can zoom in and out. You can do whatever you want. So what we're going to do... Ooh, look at the pixels on this. Great. Congratulations. All right, so we're right here working with Justin's face. Now you can see their face is pretty much almost the same. So all we're going to do is we are going to take our eraser, and we're going to erase most of this because we just want his face. Oh, look, he looks almost like Jesse Pinkman from whatever it's called. What's it called? The Breaking Bad show. All right, so that's pretty good. And then we'll fine tune it. Look at that. That's almost perfect right there. Goodness gracious. So what we're going to do, that is pretty much almost perfect. I mean, his ear is lining up like perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our eraser just a wee bit. And we're going to crop this out. Wait, is that his face? Is that homeboy's face? Let's go to our opacity or opacity, whatever you want to call it, and bring it down to like 67%. And that way you can see what is behind it. Normally what I like to do is I like to line up the eyes. Man, that actually looks really freaking good. And then we're going to bring the opacity to 100. That way we can see it. And let's get rid of his neck right here. All right, so he's going to be just a little bit too short. We might need to make his face just a little bit bigger. I think that's what we're going to have to do, is we're just going to make his face a little bigger. So let's get rid of all this stuff using the brackets. That sound that you heard was because I had Alt. If you hit Alt when you zoom in and zoom out, make sure to hit it again, because if you look in the top left at the file, it's not, you can barely see it. It's highlighting it, and you don't want that. All right, so let's take away some of his face. All right, so there's that. Dang, that looks really good. Not gonna lie. All right, so here's most of his face. I mean, you could just do his face and leave his mouth. Like, you can just do his eyes if you want. So, like, erase everything around his eyes. All right, so here is his face so far. Let's not move it. And what you do is you hold Shift, and if you drag one of these corners, it is going to keep the perspective the same. If you do not hold Shift, you can totally, like, disorient it, I guess you could say. So, what we're going to do is we are going to, oh God, I don't want that. Leave me alone. Oh God, I don't want that. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's his face. And so what we're going to do is we're going to need to make it just a little bit bigger. So I'm holding down Shift. I'm just making his face just a little bit bigger. Just a little bit smaller. All right. Press Enter to confirm it, and that way it won't look so pixelized. And let's see here. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it a little bit. So wait till you see the little like turny arrow thing in just a wee bit. Press Enter. And that actually looks pretty pretty decent. I mean, his face is just a tad bit getting rocked here for a hot second. And if you cannot see, like, let's say like I'm working here in this dark spot, just erase the original and you can see the whole thing. Well, don't erase the original. Just make it to where you can unsee it. Don't erase it. Oh God, what have I told you? Don't freaking do that. So now when you learn this, you can be like, hey, Mom and Dad, I may or may not have switched your wedding photo around. All right, so for some reason I cut off his ear. I don't know why I cut off his ear. I was going crazy with the erasing, I guess. Whatever. It should fit in. Let's hold Shift and let's make it just a little bit smaller. Let's see. Let's line up his ear. Because the ear is basically what we're going to have to go off of. Let's change it just a little bit. Ah, there we go. Ah, actually looks pretty good. Let's go right here. He kind of has like an elfin ear. Let's get rid of this one little black spot that I'm sure that everybody can see. Let's get rid of that. Oh, he's just a little bit. I'm using my arrow keys to do the minute adjustments. Beautiful. That looks really good. Oh God, there's his face. All right, so now what we're going to do is we need to kind of like blend in the skin tones. But before that, what we're going to do is we are going to, man, I was like really close to the mic like that whole time. I'm going to get rid of this. That way it looks like his hair is still there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to use our blur tool. Now, blur tool is freaking awesome. Oh, stupid Alt. Blur tool is awesome because it kind of like fades in the stuff. And what you're going to do is you're just going to do like a nice border around everything else. Like, I know this isn't like the professional way to do it, but it's pretty easy, I guess you could say. And then we're going to take our smudge tool and we're going to zoom in just a wee bit and we're going to drag up his face just a little bit in different spots. That way you don't see that harsh line of we don't see that harsh line of the color of his forehead. I mean, that looks pretty good, not gonna lie. So that actually looks really relatively decent. Let's do our smudge tool just a wee bit up here. Oh god, not that. Control Z to undo. We want blur. Blur is really good. Now I can go here and I can do blur right here, but it's not going to do anything because the layer that I'm working on is just this. So do not freak out if you're doing that. Remember, it's only the layer that you're working on. That face looks really good, sir. Justin, how dare you? How dare you turn sideways? How dare you? All right, so now this guy, make sure to select Earl's face. And we're going to go up here and select the moving. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Edit. And then we're going to go to Transform. And we're going to flip horizontal. Hey, girl. What's it over there? What's that over there? What's that? Hey, girl. How you looking good? Halle Berry. Girl, you looking really good. All right, so let's make him look this way because that's kind of the way that Justin's looking, correct? Is that the way that Justin's looking? Yeah, he's kind of looking. All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to Alt, scroll wheel, zoom in. And we're going to match his face up. I don't know if we want to do all of his face or what. Let's get rid of this. Now see how I can't really see all that? Just need to erase the original or make it to where I can't see the original. And then, okay, I get it. No, okay, thank you. No layers are selected. Thank you very much. Because you do not want to have other parts of the picture showing. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's go ahead and take this out. And then we'll take out across the top of his head. And we'll take all this out. Oh, God. Sorry. Control Z. Kind of gave you a little bit of liposuction, not going to lie. Oh, God. Now, I like to do every time I move it, like if you can hear my mouse clicking, like I'm click, 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 click. I like that because if you do one whole thing, like let's say this whole thing was a picture and you did one smooth swiping motion and then you accidentally cut off his mouth, you would lose all of that work that you did as opposed to just doing, oh, I messed that up, dink, and then just a Control Z. So I like clicking for each one. I don't like holding the mouse button and then dragging it. I don't like that at all. All right, so there's that. Let's bring this down just a wee baby bit. And then we're about ready to put him onto Justin's neck. Oh, God, sorry. Looks to me like you're putting on a couple pounds there, brother. Let me just take him in real quick. All right, so there's that. Let's round off his chin. And let's see how he looks on Justin's face. Let's put him right here. It looks kind of like his face is just, yeah, no, actually, that actually, like, I don't need to do anything. These guys have, like, I picked the perfect image. So let's get rid of his hair because his hair isn't really going in. So let's go just a little bit. His hair doesn't really match it. So let's just take that away. And then what we're going to do is we are going to move it. Let's see. I need to get rid of Justin's ear. Where's the bottom of Justin's face? It's right there. So let's see. If I can make his face just a little bit bigger. I wonder. Why are you freaking out? Stop it. Let's go to opacity. And let's bring this down to that. And let's try to line up his eyes. Can you please stop, like, moving? Thank you. Stop it. This is going to be very difficult. Uh-oh. You seem to have a problem. There we go. Hold down Shift and bring in the corner. There we go. That's, like, almost perfect. But it's going to be very difficult because their heads are angled. This is why I said, like, they both need to be, like, looking at the same camera. I think that looks like it'll go. Does it look like that's going to go? It looks kind of like that's going to go. So let's use our blur tool. And let's see how this little baby comes out. Let's blur around his there. Blur around his ears. Blur around his little beard just a wee bit. Blur that out. This ear is going to give us the trouble. But if nobody's really looking at it, I mean, it kind of looks like it's the same. I mean, Justin has like a little bit darker complexion, like the top of this dude's head. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to go to Justin's face. And we are going to use our smudge tool. And we're going to take this, the color of his skin. And we're going to try to bring it up. Because when you smudge it, it basically drags the pixels along everything. Now, if you can see the shine on his head going away, it's because I'm using Justin's face color. So if I can use this, let's just smudge it just a wee bit. See that? Now it's coming in. And then now this guy almost has like a perfectly white face. But Justin's going to look like a freak. Because see, when you smudge it, it's going to bring it over a little bit. It's going to take whatever pixels you're selecting, and it's going to bring it over. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just filling in this guy's 5 head with Justin's crazy long pink face. So let's just bring it up to here. And then that should look actually relatively good. That actually looks relatively good anyway. Boom, shakalaka. Now it actually looks like his face. And the layers look like that. Like, it looks horrible when you just look at parts of it. But honestly, most people can't tell whose freaking face that is. Now you can see just a little bit where his skin tone's off. So we're on Earl's face. Make sure to select the layer. And then we're going to use the smudge. And we're going to smudge him just a little bit. Just because of that harsh, like right here. That was like super harsh. So what we're going to do is we're just going to smudge it just a wee baby bit. Now that looks good God. Okay. Donations are accepted because I'm a freaking amazing Photoshop person. like seriously. Seriously. Let's be real here. There's that. That's the original. That's what they look like now. Like, it's bizarro. If you guys want to learn more Photoshop tricks, let me know, because I have a lot of fun in Photoshop. Like, this is freaking crazy how you can take one picture and make it look totally different. I mean, his face is a little bit big, but his forehead's like crazy gigantic. So Photoshop is an amazing tool. Now, if you guys have pictures that you actually want me to use, I will gladly do it. Like, if you guys want to do like glamour shots or something, because I downloaded some new brush packs that I really want to try to touch people up on. But yeah, I freaking love Photoshop. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them. And sorry this video is late, but I had a hard time deciding what to do. And voila, freaking Photoshop is it, which is oh my God, like they just look perfect. It's so good. Maybe we'll swap Michael, what's his name? His name's Michael Douglas, isn't it? Michael Douglas and Samuel L. Jackson's face. Oh, we need to make him have a gun. Oh, don't be stupid. All right, let's see. We're going to give him, wait, what should he have? Something needs to, you can't really have it coming out of the, you can't really have it coming out of the thing. Let's see, what should he have? What should he have? Let's see, I wonder if there is a foam pool noodle. Let's see what kind of pictures there are. So basically all you do when you try to find an image, you just need to Google search it and then go to images and then just save it to your computer and then just drag and drop it into the Photoshop file. I don't see any good pool noodles. Oh, he should have a lightsaber. He should have the Mace Windu lightsaber. Lightsaber. Let's see here. Ooh, there we go. Let's see. Should he have the red one? These kind of look like really small, bad image. Let's see here. Ooh, there we go. There's the Mace Windu one, I think. Where's the purple one? Purple, purple, purple. Purple, purple, purple. Oh, there we go. There's one that's green. All right, so, oh, it's the Count Dooku. Oh, it says Count Dooku red lightsaber, and it's a green one. All right, so I have the image, and then I'm going to right-click, click Save Image As, save it. It's going to come up in your little download bar. Just hold it, drag it, drop it in. Ba-ding! There it is. Now, for this kind of stuff, I obviously need to do Edit, Transform, and then rotate it, or flip it horizontal, because he's obviously going to be holding it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up to the top. Ooh, also, Earl's face has a little bit of a doodah there. Earl, what the heck is that? What is that, Earl? I didn't erase that. There we go. Okay, good. Look at their faces. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go onto this one. We're going to hold down over the eraser. We're going to click Magic Eraser Tool, and it's going to say it needs to be rasterized. Okay, cool. And we're going to click on the white, and that'll get rid of most of the white. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold it and click on our eraser tool. Hold Alt, scroll wheel in, and this is like really bad quality. Let's see, can we get some of this? Let's do the magic eraser again and see if we can trim it up. Beautiful. Let's see, can I get rid of... Oh, God, don't want to get rid of that. Yeah, sure. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of this phone in his hand. Or maybe, just maybe, can we not? Can we just make him hold it? Like, let's rotate it just a wee bit. I hit enter. Let's see here. So we do need to get rid of that phone just a little bit. So let's Alt scroll wheel in. Hold. Oh God, Alt's freaking on. Stop. Do it. I hate. What? Okay, we're good. Holding spacebar, and that'll make it. Well, we should be able to move it. Apparently not. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. I'll just work like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is hold Alt and zoom in. And what we're going to do is we need to get rid of this, which is actually really easy. So we're going to unsee this lightsaber, and we're going to work on the original image. Now, what we need to do is something super, super easy. We're going to do the clone stamp. Now, you need to hold Alt, and it's going to pick a color that you're picking. Like if I wanted to make it his skin, it'd be that color. If I wanted to make it this, it'd be that color. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint this in. And that's pretty much all I need to do because it's black pants. Like that was like the easiest fix ever. So now what we're going to do is, since we have that, oh God, that's the original. Don't want to move the original. There we go. Good job. Okay, so let's see. So right here, and that's going to look weird because his hand's kind of off. So we're going to go, how about right there? And then this is almost an easy part because it's making somebody hold something. You're just going to go to eraser, and then you're going to make the opacity at about 58. Now, wherever you zoom in a lot and wherever you see his hand, you're going to erase over the main image. Make sure that you're on the image. Make sure that you're on like the lightsaber or whatever object you're putting in his hand. Let's see. So there's that. That looks weird. Let's kind of round that off. And then this whole thing. And then let's take this out. And then let's go over his hand. Let's get all this out. And then, what other part is his hand? Okay, so this little black part right here. That super, super dark part. There's a part that I missed right here. And then let's put the opacity up. And then let's zoom out. It's like going out the back of his hand. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to erase this whole back part. Why? Because it just looks weird. It looks, well, let's see. Does it look like he's grasping around it? Sammy, what are you doing bringing a freaking lightsaber to the awards show with Justin Timberlake look-alike with the crazy 5 head? Like, it looks like they're dumb cousins. Like, da-da, we're here to support you, Justin. And Earl, whatever his name is. So let's see. So we can just erase this whole thing because it just looks weird. So now it looks kind of okay. And now without it, that's what all the layers look like. And voila, now you have learned how to switch faces and how to make somebody hold something in their hand, which is hilarious. And this is going to be the thumbnail, so it's going to look freaking hilarious. All right, but that's pretty much about it. Again, if you guys want to know anything about it, I'm not like a super pro at Photoshop, so you might have noticed some mistakes, or I've done things different than somebody else. And that's just the way that I do it. I don't know, it's just the way that I learned. But if you guys want me to do anything to Photoshop pictures, like I'm not good enough to do like the anamorph stuff where you make like Samuel L. Jackson look like a toad. I'm not good enough at that yet, but I want to be, because that would be freaking awesome. All right, but this video has gone on way too long. But it looks like our time is up. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a comment down below whatever you are thinking, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!